completely different building. It's older construction, heavy timber, which would be required to be sprinkled if it was built to today's code. But back then it wasn't. It wasn't required to be sprinkled. So that's must have been very large, 24,000 square feet. Yes.
Were there any buildings that you know that sold products that
a lot of food vendors in this building, a lot of quilts and other items that are sold Thursdays and Saturdays. So, yes, there was high combustible load in it. With construction, it went very quickly. All the livestock is not in that building. It's just completely vendors and food vendors and. Yes, we were very lucky that the wind was going the opposite way towards the livestock building, so very fortunate that one. It's going to be well over $1 million. We know probably around the $2 million mark. Not quite sure. We have to work with the owners to see what kind of equipment was in there, all the cooling and refrigeration, and there was about 5 or 6 food systems in that, so it's going to add up pretty quickly. I would say it's going to get close to that, yes. We're not quite sure yet. The fire marshal just arrived about a half hour ago, so we have not gone into the interior to look at anything. It's still pretty hot in there, so we want to make sure it's safe beforehand. One of the regional detectives are here to coordinate the investigation to make sure it's not criminal, and then when we rule that out, we'll do our thing. So that's why the fire marshal's here, because it's well over $500,000 damage, which meets the criteria, and so that's why we're working with them right now.
Anything suspicious at this point?
Not at this point. So there's some videotapes that they're looking at for security, and fortunately, we had a fire alarm system installed earlier this year in there, so that's what alarmed us of the fire.
Where are the videos? Like the videotapes of security of the building?
Yes.
Were they located outside or?
Yes, they're in the other building. Sorry.
Would you repeat that for us?
The security tapes and all the rest of the tapes are in the main office of the building, so that's located in another section of the complex.
We heard that there might have been a call about a month ago about the heating system on the roof of this building. Did you respond to a call like that?
It was early spring, and it was to another building, the Olex building. It was a faulty air conditioner, which was resolved.
Do you have any guess about when vendors might be able to be back in some part of this complex selling their wares?
Working with the market, we're hoping that with the outside portion will be able to be used by Thursday. So we're going to try to hurry up this investigation and try to get some fencing up so we can get somewhat of the market working by Thursday.
Is there any danger to firefighters at any point during this operation?
Very little. We did not do any interior attack. We did it all outside because it was through the roof and it was spreading very quickly. So we were in a defensive mode at that point and stayed outside.
How long did it take to fire under control?
Probably 3 hours. Okay, anything else?
How long did it take from when you guys showed up to when the structure actually crumbled? Can you estimate that?
Within the first hour, it was going down. The roof collapsed probably within half an hour. The roof had collapsed within a half an hour of us being here.
Does that indicate that the source of the fire was higher up in the building?
Not necessarily. It was just a high fire load in the building. So
the building is a 2-story building, but it was wide open from the first to the second. So heat rises, the fire goes to the top first, then extends through the roof, and that's why it's all combustible. That's why it went so quickly.
Is that what you mean by higher fire load?
Higher fire load means more combustible load, so it feeds the fire quickly. Fabrics, all that stuff would be the wood and all those products would increase the fire heat and the quickness of spread.
Can you tell us the insurance situation for this?
All right, you're just listening in, Fire officials.